This is the weekly weather forecast video for Monday, June 20th, 2011. Let's take a look first at the satellite image from last evening. You can see a large complex of showers and thunderstorms over Iowa, Missouri into Nebraska. Many of these storms were severe and continued to be during the early morning hours. Here's the watch morning map. From about 1 a.m. this morning, you can see plentiful watches across the middle part of the country, ranging from severe thunderstorm, tornado, flash flood, and flood watches, and a winter weather advisory over Colorado. Here's the severe weather outlook for today and tonight. A moderate risk of severe weather over the western part of the state, also in adjoining southeast South Dakota, eastern Nebraska, and northeastern Kansas and northwestern Missouri. The rest of the state is in a slight risk, including areas from Oklahoma into Minnesota, then down into the Carolinas. Here's the tornado outlook for today and tonight. The better chances for tornadoes will be over Nebraska and far western Iowa into northeastern Kansas, with decent or 5% chances extending into the entire state of Iowa. Here's the damaging wind outlook for today and tonight. Better chances over eastern Nebraska, southwest Iowa into adjoining northeastern Kansas and northwestern Missouri, with decent chances over the rest of the state. And the large hail outlook, better chances off to the west, although the entire state will have a fairly good chance, and the black hatched area is for significant hail of 2 inches or larger. Here's the severe weather threat for Tuesday, day 2. This is a slight risk of severe weather for all of the state except the far west. This includes areas from Texas and Oklahoma up into the Great Lakes and into Pennsylvania and West Virginia, including the entire states of Ohio, Illinois, and Indiana. Here's the probability outlook for day 2. You can see 30 percentile over the eastern half of Iowa, southern Wisconsin, southwestern lower Michigan, and most of Illinois and Missouri into northern Arkansas. Here are the parameters. This is the significant tornado parameter, the STP at 7 p.m. this evening. You can see some fairly significant values. The orange and pink areas over southern Iowa into Nebraska, and some also over northern Indiana. This is the supercell parameter. Again, the better chances of supercells according to this will be over Nebraska and far southern Iowa, and also in Illinois and into northern Indiana. And this is the significant severe at 7 p.m. this evening. You can see the purple and red areas over southern Iowa, Nebraska, Kansas, and down into Oklahoma and northern Texas, with some storms there. Here's the QPF chart, precipitation over the next 5 days through Friday evening at 7 o'clock. And looking at this, and you'd say some places over southern Iowa have already received more than what is seen here, so this is already wrong. So let's take a look at the 0Z GFS Model Run at 1 p.m. this afternoon. You can see there's the trough with the digging over the central plains, with a southerly flow aloft at the surface, low pressure over northern Kansas. It'll be around that low where there will be the chance of tornadoes, very severe weather, with a warm front extending through the state of Iowa. Tuesday, the trough begins to kick out. It's moving northeast, begins to be a bit of negative tilt, with the vortex over northeast Nebraska, the low over about the same area near Sioux City. So some chances of some showers and thunderstorms Tuesday afternoon and into the early evening before the front clears the state and moves into Illinois. Wednesday, the low begins to weaken as it moves slowly into Minnesota. There could be some isolated showers or storms around, but severe weather is not anticipated. Thursday, the low continues to meander as it moves now into southwestern Wisconsin between La Crosse and Madison. Still could be an isolated shower, maybe a clap of thunder. By Friday, it looks like the chances of rain will move off to the east, and we'll see some clearing skies, although there could be an isolated storm off to the west with the new storm system. We head off into Saturday, low pressure over the Texas Panhandle, and maybe an isolated shower or storm over the far west. Otherwise, it should remain dry. Sunday looks to be about the same. The main event our main precipitation event looks to move to our south in Missouri and into Illinois, Kentucky, and Tennessee. And a week from today, same story, the main precipitation will be south of the state over Missouri, Arkansas, and into the deep south, while we see some possibly isolated activity at best. Move out to Voodoo. Here's July the 1st. You can see the 588 ridge nosing in from the southwest with a huge trough over the northwest and also over New England at the surface. Pretty much you'll see that a lot of the rain has moved up into Canada or is with a possible tropical system over the Gulf of Mexico. Otherwise, the state will be dry. And at the end of the forecast, July 5th, there's the ridge back again. That could mean some very warm conditions right around the Independence Day holiday, and also that could mean maybe an isolated shower or storm, but in the summertime that could be happening at any time. And now time for the weekly weather forecast. Thank you for tuning in to the weekly weather forecast video. We'll have our regular one tomorrow.